ship. Hello?
We need to. I need the phone.
Joanna has.
Hello.
Yeah, that works.
I can't.
We're live, by the way.
Turn your phone.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Okay.
We are live. So, hi.
Can you see us? Can you see us?
Yes, I can hear you.
Right,
Hi
so
everyone.
that's what
We're
you see us.
live.
Can you see us?
Can you see us?
Yes, I can see you. You're not
Okay.
sideways.
Because we can't see ourselves.
I can see you.
We only can see you.
Well,
May I just try? Brian, are you okay? Me just try.
Apparently we're live.
Okay.
yes, we're live.
Now we can see ourselves.
No.
Hi everyone. Welcome to a special edition of the 401. Today is Tuesday, April the 14th. We are here to honor the memory of those who perished on April the 15th, 114 years ago, when Titanic sank. We want to thank everyone who's joining us through the live stream on Facebook. And we want to thank Ryan Wade, Patrick, Cornelius, Vida, and Norbert Zimmermann for joining us from Belfast. So these are our special guests this evening. Dan is at work, but he may join us later, or we may catch up with him on another show, possibly tomorrow evening or this upcoming weekend. So thanks, guys, for joining us. Do you want to catch us up on what you've been up to?
Who's going to start?
You can start.
Okay. Well, Joanna, thank you for the invitation. Hello, folks out there. This is a very special occasion and a spontaneous event, absolutely spontaneous. The three of us, Ryan, Norbert, and I, we just attended a night to remember at Belfast, Titanic Belfast. And right now, we are sitting in the drawing office, or in the former drawing office to be exact. I'll just show this to the audience with Ryan's phone, if he doesn't mind. Oh, yes. So we're sitting here in the observation or former presentation room, and behind me you see those big windows. I just give you a quick view, and down there is nothing less than the famous room where the Olympic class ships were designed. So this has been a magnificent evening, meeting of Titanics from all over the English and German speaking world here in the Mecca for Titanics. And well, during the day, a very friendly message from Joanna reached me. I heard you are in Belfast. Could we do this live stream?
Yeah.
And I think we couldn't be happier.
Yeah, that's true. Absolutely. It's good to see you, Joanna, again.
It's good to see all of you. It's so funny, Patrick, when you called, I was in a room with some students, and afterwards they were like, who was that? What are you doing? What are you talking about? And so I had to explain to them what was going on. And they're kind of used to me doing Titanic stuff, but they're like, you do what? And so then they started looking at my shows and stuff, and I was like, please don't do that. But you know, I had to explain that. They're like, he sounded so nice. And I was like, actually, I do have nice friends all over the world. And so I think that, you know, I started thinking about it, and one of the best ways we can honor the memory of those who perished when Titanic sank is to you know, honor the friendships that we've made over the years with people all over the world, because Titanic is still bringing people together from all over the world. Just like there were so many passengers on Titanic from all over the world and all walks of life. People are interested in Titanic from all over the world and all walks of life. And I wouldn't have met all of you nice people if it wasn't for my interest in Titanic. So I just think that's a wonderful thing, you know, a positive thing that was brought about by a terrible tragedy. And I think that's something that we can, you know, all walk away with, you know, today and for many years to come. So I'm very grateful for the friendships that I've made with all of you. So thank you very much. And thank you so much for coming on the show. Once again, all of you. So you all watched A Night to Remember. What a wonderful movie.
Oh no,
Um,
no, we didn't watch it. No, they just
You didn't
called
watch
the
it?
night a night to remember. They just call it that. So
Oh,
what
they
they
call
did,
it
they
that. What was it? What did you
oh, it was
do?
a freaking in typical Titanic fashion. It was a disaster. So you go, they take groups around the Titanic Museum on tours where you get a lot of false information. I mean, you get historically accurate information. And then at the very end, they were doing a memoriam, but then there was a mix up between because the person who was doing the ceremony in the main hall wasn't finished. And then they told the other staff had told everybody to go out to the slipway for the memorial 10 minutes early. And it's absolutely pissing it down here at the minute. So everybody's very wet.
Yeah.
Absolutely, yes.
And not in a good way. So yeah, everyone's a bit wet. We're on the drink. We're trying to have a good time out of an absolute disaster. So there we go.
Good speech, Ryan.
No problem.
Yeah.
Well, for me, it was the first time, and still I'm in awe of being here and what you feel, what you see. I mean, the building, the museum here in Titanic Belfast is that it's shaped like to represent the bows of the ships, Three Sisters, and it is the exact height of 38 meters, the exact height of the bow. So you're sitting here in the drawing office, look outside the window, and you would see the exact height of what the engineers here would have seen, the ship out there. So I'm still in awe of all these new impressions. Whilst I admit Ryan is not totally wrong, a few things, over there in the museum went quite wrong.
Oh, yes.
Although I think
He's been modest. It was in a shape. Joanna knows me well enough to know I do not mince my words.
Unbelievable, this guy. Ah, yes.
We
Well-
say that about us. If I know the best part of this whole thing now is, as you say, making the friendships. Like I've known Norbert for quite a few years, but I met Patrick last night, and he might be my new best friend now. Sorry,
Yeah.
Norbert.
Oh,
I thought I was your best friend.
No, you've been downgraded. Sorry.
Okay. Well, oh well, couldn't have happened to a nicer guy.
I have to leave now.
But don't feel bad. The museums here in America, they are not accurate either. So, you would think with all the accurate information available that the museums and exhibitions would pick up on it, but they don't. And we can email them and write to them and speak to them all we want to, but they still leave the inaccurate information in their
I think
exhibits.
they care more about trying to make a fun story rather than focus on actual facts. But
Yes.
the fact of the matter is, though, the facts are arguably more interesting than the made-up nonsense or information that's 25 years out of date.
Yes, what gets me is the Olympic photos and stuff, and I'm like,
Oh,
that's
yeah.
Olympic.
Oh yeah, and there's of course the violin, famous Hartley violin here in the museum, and I
Yes.
saw it yesterday and today. In fact, I was crazy enough to spend 8 hours in the museum yesterday, and with the eyes of a violinist, I examined the instrument. So my first, perhaps this could be an interesting observation. So it was German made. Okay, well that alone is neither good nor bad. But I took a look at it and I figured, you know what? I think my violin is worth 6 times. If this is the kind of violin that would usually go for 5 or 6,000 euro, and so that was the first part. Today I was told that in 1912 this violin was purchased for £40, which equals today's value of £5,000. There you go. I was spot on.
German efficiency at its finest.
I'm Austrian though.
Same thing.
Uh-oh.
No.
That's if you said to a Welshman he's English, it's the same thing.
Oh.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
That's
So-
bad.
We have a Welsh guy here. I'm going to
So
go down.
now we have to clear up that. Well, I have just started really to get into the topic of the Wallace Hartley violin. So what I can say, I strongly believe that it is a violin that was owned by Wallace. As a professional violinist who plays in a symphony orchestra, I got 3 violins myself. That's just normal. And you choose depending on the condition. The whole story that has been made up around it, but I'm not accusing anyone of making anything up. But what I see is that I think no violinist has ever taken a serious look. I mean, first, I'll just give you 2 examples and then let's leave that topic. First, the glue would dissolve within an hour. No violin survives 3 to 5 days in salt water. It would be rubbish. Number 2, the famous violin case they found. This is not a violin case. Everyone, Google violin case 1900s, and you will see it is made out of wood, shaped like the instrument, because that has to be held in place. And no one puts a violin in a leather case. 1 bump and you get a damage. That is a case for sheet music. And having dug into the history of the White Star and sheet music archives, every bandmaster left the Black Brothers office in Liverpool with a bag of sheet music and went on board the ship. So that is most likely Wallace Hartley's sheet music case, which explains why sheet music such as Starland was found in it. So these are just 2 of the many things I observed. What I can tell, because I closely examined the fingerboard, it is certainly a violin that was played a lot. I could see that because of the marks that are left on the fingerboard. So perhaps I'll write my doctorate now about whether this violin was salt water or not. I'm quite serious about this. But I do believe that it is one of Wallace's violins. I think that makes absolute sense.
Very interesting.
Okay.
I never knew that.
I agree. Yeah, definitely.
Some observations I made, because I have seen the Wallace Hartley violin case / sheet music bag. And when I looked at it, I was like, how did the violin and the sheet music fit in there? Number 1, together, because it's not a very big case. And how did they all fit in there without damaging the sheet music? Because the sheet music is in relatively good condition, you know, considering that it floated in the water for a couple of days. And if you put a violin in there in a leather bag, essentially with sheet music, and it floated in the water, and the sheet music isn't even really wrinkled, you know, and the violin is not flat everywhere. And that was me thinking, and I'm like, that never really made any sense to me. But I was just like, okay, you know, whatever. It's been authenticated by, you know, many reputable people. So I was like, well, okay. I just took it at face value. But I thought to myself, I was like, how did the sheet music not get wrinkled when you put, you know, shoved a big violin in there on top of it and put it in the water?
Yeah, we need 2 episodes of your show to get into all details.
But I thought if I said that out loud, people are going to hear me say that now. They'll hate me.
In the case, if there's nothing else in there, but the violin actually would dissolve within hours normally. And yeah, you know, the recovery sheet of the Mackie Bennett does not mention a violin, which contradicts the alleged letter of Wallace's fiancée to thank whomever that they have brought the violin back. But why would the violin be found in an attic almost a century later? It's unplayable, they say. Well, yes, it is. But, you know, it's also unnecessarily mystified. I'm telling you right now, invest €2,000 and it is, and this is what it takes to restore it and make it playable again. Well,
be played along with the Olympic piano.
Huh?
I said someone could play it alongside the Olympic piano.
And that's the thing. One of the reasons why I'm here, our association has been trying to get a hold of some of the great museums out there for 2.5 years, and the soon-to-be previous owner tried it himself for 2 years. When we achieved the milestone of securing the instrument and being declared its possessors, I rang Aidan McMichael of the Belfast Society on January 1st. I told him that, and I said, Aidan, now this is not up for speculation anymore. The owner would give it away within the UK. So if I ever get an appointment at Titanic Belfast, that would be now. Please help me. And the good news is that tomorrow at 10 o'clock, I have a meeting with Claire Bakins, the head of marketing of Titanic Belfast, concerning the future of Olympics piano. The goal would be to bring it here as soon as possible, because of course, we could work with it much better being in a museum again than it's standing next to the wall where it is again in Leeds, despite all our recordings last year. So having that, the piano either next to Wallace's violin or upstairs at the top of the museum where the grand staircase replica is, would make a fantastic environment for display and for special events. So that's what I'm aiming at tomorrow.
That would be a lovely home for it. I mean, it really would. But and it would see so much, you know, it would see so much visitor traffic there. You know, that would be lovely. I hope that all works out. You'll have to keep me posted.
Oh yeah,
that would be just wonderful.
So, ladies and gentlemen, sorry to interrupt, because I'm being very impolite to my German friends who have come upstairs and are waiting here. So, if
Play the violin.
Yeah, play the
if a
violin.
piece of music would be appropriate, I think
It
I'm
would
gonna
be.
do that now.
Yes, that would be very appropriate. We would love that.
Okay,
Thank you.
I'll hand it to the cameraman Ryan then, and
Okay.
get ready.
You will really enjoy it.
Sorry, ladies and gentlemen, my ugly mug's in the room. Oh, this has been so long. How do you turn this thing round? There we go. There's Norbert again. We're just going. Just don't put your finger over the camera.
Hi.
Where would you like me?
I would say, okay, turn the camera.
Yep.
So I think, ladies and gentlemen out there, this is the night of the sinking. And here we are, the drawing office, there's the antique drawing office behind me. Well, there's a party or bar going on down there, so I hope the noise will not disturb too much. But nonetheless, this is Belfast, the birthplace of Titanic. And over there at the museum, we just read out loud all the names of the people who were lost. And I think words cannot describe what we all feel sometimes when it comes to Titanic and the victims, especially on this sacred night, a night which is sacred for people like us. Let's let the music speak. In memory of all those who perished, here my God to thee, from Fire Deo, Wallace Martin from the drawing office of Belfast.
Can you guys hear me? You guys that are watching? We lost them completely. Um, well, I enjoyed talking with them, and I don't know what happened. Um, we certainly appreciate them joining us. I know they were having some torrential rains there. But anyway, so I appreciate you guys joining us and and watching and tuning in, and maybe we can get them back. There was definitely some technical difficulties there. Um, with that, it was, I imagine it was lovely. I've heard Patrick play that before. But you know, it was just absolutely amazing to see those guys. I know they're having a wonderful time there in Belfast. Someday, Dan and I hope to be live streaming from Belfast. That's our goal. Um, but you never know. Uh, one of these days. Um, I don't know what happened. I don't know. I checked all my settings here. I don't think it was anything on my end as to why we didn't have any sound. I'm sad. Oh well. We really tried. But what a beautiful setting that was uh, to be live streaming from. I do appreciate all of our viewers, and Dan is sorry that he couldn't be here this evening. Um, but we will do it again. Sometime soon, and we have new shows planned for the near future. So, um, you know, um, we hope that you all will join us again soon. Um, I'm going to pause for just a quick second and okay, I was trying to get the guys back, but they're going to try to send us a video, and we'll just upload it at a later time. So anyway, thanks everybody for watching, and thanks so much for being loyal viewers, and thanks for keeping Titanic in your heart and keeping the memory alive. Hope you all find your way to commemorate the 114th anniversary of the sinking. And again, thanks for joining us this evening. Have a good one. Bye-bye.
Party or bar going on down there, so the noise will not disturb too much. But nonetheless, this is Belfast, the birthplace of Titanic. And over there at the museum, we just read out loud all the names of the people who were lost. And I think words cannot describe what we all feel sometimes when it comes to Titanic and the victims, especially on this sacred night, which is sacred for people like us. Let's let the music speak. In memory of all those who perished, here am I God to thee, Proprio Deo, as well as heartily with from the drawing office of Belfast.